Whoever you are, wherever you are, hope you are blessed and doing safe. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, family. Of course, I'm tuning in. You see me without the glasses off today. But if you're looking for some opportunities, particular advertisement opportunities, then look no further at the link at the bottom to my email address. You can hit me up for advertisement opportunities. We are supporting and promoting your businesses here on this channel. You can also, if you would like to donate and subscribe to our Patreon, a link is at the bottom as well. So you have multiple ways in which you can advertise with the platform by emailing me when we go on through our live stream. You also have access to premium content, those that want to see premium content that you will not find here on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, as I am suspended probably by now. You guys can check out the Patreon at link at the bottom. But advertisement opportunities, definitely email me, gavin.grich1@gmail.com for rates. And for the Patreon, it is the same as the YouTube channel. It is Channel Gboot2786. All right, I'll holla. Peace. Hi, I'm attorney Gavin M. Richard. Check out my latest book, The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr., The Destruction of Due Process in America. For approximately 2 years now, I have gone on a painstaking quest to investigate the rise and fall of an American icon, Bill Cosby. In the mid-1980s, there was not a star that was higher than Cosby. Advertisements with Coca-Cola, Jello, Kodak, along with the #1 television show for 5 straight years in a row. On Thursday nights, it was must-see TV on NBC. Cosby resurrected the genre of the traditional family sitcom that was once thought dead by television critics. He did this as a Black American with an all-Black cast and showed mainstream network executives in white America that it was possible to be successful without showing the worst in people. He also demonstrated the power that television had, as it can make younger people dream to be the best that they can be. However, like many celebrity stars, unfortunately, they all come crashing down, sometimes by their own fault, others not so much. In this book, I attempted to highlight certain things. We go in depth into both of his trials in 2017 and 2018, respectively. What if I told you that these criminal trials were politically motivated by an overzealous district attorney? Will you also be shocked to learn the attacks on Mr. Cosby did not start in 2014, but also in the 90s, not long after his attempted quest to purchase a major network? From where did all of these allegations of sexual misconduct come from? Were the accusers telling the truth? In the 2 years of research, with some help from others interested in learning the truth and facts about this case, we discussed both the legal reasons why his prosecution and trial were illegal, unwarranted, and also the possible personal motives as to why this may have occurred. Most importantly, we warn about the dangers of prejudice and why trial by social media, or mainstream media rather, should never be the norm. All this and more in The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr., The Destruction of Due Process in America. Available on Amazon this fall in Kindle and paperback format. Welcome to Unsolved Mysteries, hosted by Gavin Richard, the podcast that discusses the mysterious and strange deaths and circumstances of Black celebrities. It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, family, to another edition of Channel Gboot2786. You know, Channel Gboot2786 on Gavin Richard or Gavin Richard on YouTube, on Twitter, you search it at Gavin Gboot2786. Whether you are where you are, it's your best. It's your nice, deep, follow. Only state diversity professional, multiple pronouns. Even the car blames misconduct on menopause and sleep apnea. And Charles Barker and this Kyrie Irving. All this is more tonight on Randy Topic Tuesday. Go back. You hit that like, share, and subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. We ought to smash up the like, share this video. We're about to go live. Of course, we like to pay some dues. If you would like to advertise for our channel, please email us at gavin.grich1@gmail.com for rates. gavin.grich1@gmail.com for rates. We also ask if you'd like to see some unforeseen content on that is not on YouTube, please go to our Patreon at the same as the YouTube channel Gboot2786. The link is at the bottom in that ticker. What's up to the family in the chat? From One Who Cares, Darius from Atlanta. We got Lamiko, DeAndre says my audio is muffled. Well, I'm looking here. Looks like my audio is fine now. Come on, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, we want, as that's what Willie D said, smash up the likes, family. What's up, family? Earlier today, Oh, hell no. That's Willie D. NawniesCreoleBlends.com. Try it on chicken, meat, or fish. Nawnies goes great with every dish, ladies and gentlemen. Go to the website, NawniesCreoleBlends.com. We are actually about to hopefully soon get this thing in some stores. So you don't want, if you want to order some seasoning, and everybody who has tried it, I know, uh, love the seasoning from DeAndre to Darius. Everybody in this chat, I think, has had some of that seasoning, and they say it is bomb burgers. So please do so. Get you some NawniesCreoleBlends.com. Again, try it on chicken, meat, or fish. Nawnies goes great with every dish. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like for you all to, you see the ticker at the bottom, the Cash App, Google Pay, PayPal, and Zelle, in which you want to donate to the channel. Of course, check out some of our songs, including Video Soul, which I play all the time. Well, not often here on the channel, but go ahead and download Video Soul. And also check out Gotta Get On Up, which is our theme song for tonight, as always. So before we get on down, let us go ahead and get on up, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to start this show, family.
Girl, come on. Gotta dance to the beat, because on the dance floor is where we'll be. Show me what you got. Gotta feel the groove. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up. Right now the party's wasted. There's nothing much to do. But once the groove gets started, tell me, what do you have to lose? Just look into my eyes, girl, as we glide across the room. And what to my surprise now, the beat takes hold of you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really moving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, something. Get on the floor. Get on. Tell the DJ play the whisper. Rock steady in the room. Put on earth, wind, and fire. Tonight we're gonna groove. Show me how you do the four corners. Electric slide or two. Hit the bus stop, I'll do the bunny hop, baby. It's really up to you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really grooving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up. Now 2020 hasn't been the best year of all times. We've been dealing with death, the pandemic, racism, bad policing, and all the bad rhymes. But like Uncle Snoop once said, if you're breathing, you're achieving. So if you're ready, I need you all to get on up. Are you ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Get your butt on the dance floor. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. This jam we appreciate. We're gonna slide and step on the beat. On the dance floor is where we'll be. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the floor. Come on, baby, gotta get on up, baby. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Never Stop Presents. Yeah, on Twitter, on Periscope, and on the YouTube page. If you also have a page, subscribe to each one. Subscribe to each one. So if you could, ladies and gentlemen, when I comment in the chat, my Twitter handle, if you are not already subscribed to it, please go to and subscribe to that. Follow me on Twitter at this hold on. Let me do that better. This is more professional. Hold on. There we go. Someone says something's wrong with the mic. My mic is working perfectly from what I'm hearing. Uh, I'm doing the internal built-in microphone, so I can see the green lights going up, going up. I don't know if it's a volume issue or what, but I mean, I can, from looking at it, I can hear myself clearly. Okay, so much better. All right, so yeah, please smash up the likes. Ashon is in the building. What's up, Bookie the realist out here? Yeah, you took time putting that YouTube name up there, brother. Bookie the realist out here. He said my name gonna be my YouTube name is a whole sentence. That's what the look you were going for. I'ma really get him. It's gonna be a whole fucking sentence. The motherfuckers ain't gonna know because I'm the realist out here. I'm Bookie. But thank you, brother. I appreciate y'all coming on in. Come on, man. Smash up the lights. Come on in. We got more people. It's Tuesday. It's almost hump day, ladies and gentlemen, which means we are in the middle of the week. This has gone by fast. I hope you all have gotten your taxes. You got your taxes together because yesterday was the last day. I had to get an extension on mine. I had somebody that was, I can do my taxes if I want, but I don't feel like dealing with all that shit. But I just had I'm used to. I mean, and I'll just share this with y'all. But my family at one point we had an accountant we could go to who would do our taxes all together. So it wasn't that much for me. But I would do that. But now I'm doing this stuff on my own, and I have accountants, people that will do stuff for me. But yeah, hopefully, if you did not file them, you filed at least an extension, which to get yours. Ashon, I'm sorry. So let me stop right now because Ashon just put in the chat that somebody from another member of High Five passed away. Now, who passed away? Okay, so let's see here. Roderick Pooh Clark. I hate TMZ, but I'm reading this here. So it says here, Roderick Pooh Clark, an original member of High Five, has died. Marcus Sanders, fellow High Five member, I'm reading from TMZ, tells TMZ that Roderick died on Sunday from complications from an infection and pneumonia at a hospital in Waco, Texas. They say Roderick got into a car crash 30 years ago that left him paralyzed from the neck down and unable to walk. He developed an infection that spread through his body, one that persisted for some time. Oh, man. So that's messed up. Let's show a picture of the brother for everybody to see. Yeah, 49 years old. Yeah. So then, that's one of the tragedies, especially of paraplegia. The victims of that, they can always develop, infections and so forth that they're more prone to because their muscles are not moving. They're paralyzed, especially if you're paralyzed from the neck down and you're bedridden. You have to be careful so you don't develop bed sores. You have to have practically 24-hour care, man. So, God, if that ever happened to me, I would just ask the Lord to take me because I would not want to. I mean, honestly, that's hard to live being paralyzed, especially from the neck down. But there are people who do it, and still try to live life to the fullest. But I don't know. For me, that's hard. I don't even want to think about that. But rest in peace to this brother, brother Clark. I believe, yeah. So, how many members of High Five have passed on? Because I think the lead singer, didn't he die out in Houston? Yeah, he had a heart attack, Christopher Reeve. I know he was paralyzed, but eventually I think that just led to more problems. And then remember, only a couple of years later, his wife dies of cancer. So their only son is still alive, but Christopher Reeve had other children. Uh, and y'all should see his son. Christopher Reeve's son with his wife, his last wife. It, his last wife looks just like him. Yeah, his son William Reeve. Hold on, let me put a picture up here. Yeah, I remember when his wife died. She was in 2006, and that's when the Superman Returns movie came out. That sucked. They picked Brandon Roth. His Brandon Roth's career was never the same after that. Remember? Yeah, but that's Christopher Reeve's son. I see some resemblance. Like you look at this, he looks like he could be Clark Kent, huh? That's enough. All right. I can't stop when I hear that. Remember when you ever heard that? When you heard that music, it made you want to kick somebody's ass. You think you can win a fight when you heard that and the Indiana Jones theme or Popeye's theme, and then you get your ass whipped. Also, yeah, but I loved all of that, man. But yeah, may the brother from High Five rest in peace. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Chris, I was thinking of Tales from the Crypt earlier. Yeah, he was in that episode What's Cooking. But Ashton, you don't remember him as Superman, Ashton? Yeah, he was in. Oh, now I remember and loved me some Tales from the Crypt. That was the best horror anthology series I think ever. At least one of them, because I know they had Alfred Hitchcock Presents, but his thing was more suspense stuff than horror. But yeah, Tales from the Crypt every Saturday night when the show was in syndication, it would come on WB38 or Fox, one of those shows. And yeah, he was with Meatloaf and he was with your boy who played in New Jack City, that team with Ice T, Judd Nelson. Yeah, Judd Nelson was in that one. I still remember the one with Don Rickles and Bobcat Goldwyn. But first off, shout out to brother for putting brother Darius. I appreciate you shouting out my book. I got some recent developments I want to share with you all tonight. I have been busy promoting this book, and uh, I was able to get in touch with our brother through email, Tariq Nasheed, and told him about the book. And he says he is definitely interested in reading it. So that's a bit of good news to have. I shared him the cover story, and of course, I didn't mention that he's in the book, but yeah, I did mention Tariq in a good way. So I make sure so that way it's good, so he won't roast me or nothing like that if he had an issue. But yeah, brother, yeah, but that's what's up. And what's up, computer robots? So the book, obviously, I'm working on. I'm trying to clear up some deadlines, but this week, and I'm still clearing up as I was going through it, some errors that I found and some things that could be corrected. You know, writing a book takes a lot of craft, and even when you want it out and so forth, there's some things that you may miss that could make this even better. So that's kind of the direction I'm doing. I know I played a trailer for it, but please go to that Facebook page at Commonwealth Cause for more information. And I'm going to share something with you. Actually, I'm trying to pull it up right now. Now, this is why I'm doing this book on Cosby. Now, I want to share this with you. This is coming from, so this guy, this is why we fight this stuff. Now, he wrote the 25 greatest stand up comedians of all time. CH, man, thank you. Yeah, Tariq Nasheed. Yeah, he is interested in wanting to read the book. So when I'm finished with it, I'm gonna send him a copy, a digital copy he could read. But there's a reason why I do this stuff, y'all. Why I'm trying to promote this. Now I want you to see this shit. This is the type of propaganda we're dealing with. Five greatest stand-up comedians of all time. This guy, Sean King from this is Yard Barker. He wrote this, but this is on MSN. Now they got Seinfeld here, and I've heard Seinfeld's always been bombing. Now they mentioned Robin Williams, Bill Hicks, outstanding comedians. Gary Shandling. Although black people, we know we didn't watch the Gary Shandling show, but they got Tig Notaro as one of the top greatest stand-up comedians of all time. Tig Notaro, Patrice O'Neill. I could see that. Dick Gregory, absolutely. I can see that, but they're honoring Dick now because he's deceased. See, there was a time when people didn't love Dick Gregory, and I knew Dick Gregory personally. Don Rickles, this is, I think somebody had asked who was Don Rickles. Go look at this, but yes, he was the insult comedian. Bob Newhart, I'll give him credit where credit's due. Bob Newhart, I think, has more Grammy Award. Is the only comedian that's won a Grammy for Album of the Year. Red Fox, of course. Ready Freddie. Dave Attell, great comedian. Mort Saul, who just passed away. Yeah, he was one of the great satirists and a political comedian. But I want to point this to you now. This Sean King writes this crap. Now, this is why we fight this stuff. Now, I want you to read carefully. Carefully. He was just sentenced. What's up, some chick named Star? He was just sentenced? Or you mean arrested? There was a trial already. He was convicted. Okay, but I want y'all to read this. I want you to read this. Now, this is what we're fighting. He says Bill Cosby. Now, he still names him in the top 25 greatest stand-up comedians of all time, but he says his personal behavior is inexcusable and no one will ever be able to watch The Cosby Show or listen to his albums the same way ever again. But Bill Cosby was one of the absolute giants of stand-up comedy, breaking ground for African American performers and collecting Grammys on a yearly basis. His storytelling, sweet childhood remembrances, and even his microphone sounds are legendary, though his comedy will forever be overshadowed by his decades of criminal abuse. Motherfucker, what? This is what we're fighting. Bill Cosby, first and foremost, you say his personal behavior is inexcusable. What is the difference between Bill Cosby and Woody Allen? And I know y'all are excited about right, they're thinking of criminal behavior, loving women, and so forth, which you did not admit. And I don't know how many times we gotta tell you, but of course, the lie is often better than the truth. And it applies especially when you're in media. When you're in media, you're about selling papers, you're about grasping attention. So whether something is truthful or not doesn't matter. It's the legend that matters. It's just like what happened with Wyatt Earp and OK Corral. You know, if you remember the movie Wyatt Earp, there was something that at the very end of Wyatt Earp's life talked about his life and legacy. And Wyatt Earp looked at his wife, and they were at that time Wyatt Earp was retired, and I don't know retired as and was actually doing gold mining. And he and his wife Josie, they actually he looked at her, and it was about a boy who recounted a story in which Wyatt had saved the boy's uncle, Tommy behind the deuce. And Wyatt told his wife, he said, some people say it didn't happen that way. And she responds, never mind them, Wyatt. It happened that way. And the reason why they say that is because it's the legend that's always better than the truth. The lie is often better. So, but you're saying decades of criminal abuse. He was never, can you find something criminal if he was never convicted and charged with that? Has Bill Cosby, guys, in my chat on Facebook and on Twitter, yes or no, was Bill Cosby ever convicted of rape? Give me a yes or no. Was he ever convicted of rape? We got 33 people in here. I should see 31 no's. Okay. Was it or was it not his conviction overturned? Give me a yes or no. Was it overturned? Give me a yes. Yes or no. Was his conviction overturned? Okay, absolutely. It was overturned for this same reason, because assholes like this want to run bullshit and lies and talk about somebody you don't know all the facts. You say criminal abuse. What about prosecutorial misconduct? We have elected officials that act like a Kevin Steele that can get in office and run on a campaign on locking up a private citizen. If you put me in office on that promise, then apparently, even from the information, a judge like Stephen O'Neill, who allots to try and get himself on the case, from what my sources have told me. If you go read YC News, Nick the Hat, he talks about it. How he was biased against Bruce Castor, the DA who actually wanted Bill Cosby out of jail. So whoever this this Sean King, he could kiss my ass. And look at this shit. Now look further. You praise the man, but you shit on him again, and he does it a second time. Now watch this. So these are all the other comedians. Dave Chappelle, of course. Chris Rock. They had Joan Rivers, Moms Mabley. Oh, they gotta mention she was a lesbian. Lenny Bruce. Now, this was a beast. This guy was a beast. Now, Eddie Murphy. Now, look what they talked about Eddie Murphy. Now, look how they threw stuff at Bill again. So he says Eddie Murphy was a phenomenal comedian whose stand-up career ended early because his talent was too vast to be contained on a nightclub stage. He had the ability to mix in the rawest, dirtiest material with stories about childhood. Eddie's uncanny impressions and ability to create characters led him to the point where his movie success greatly eclipsed his stand-up work, but Raw and Delirious remain Pantheon stand-up specials, particularly when he points out the hypocrisy of Bill Cosby 30 years before everyone else got wise. So they got to point out hypocrisy. No, not Sean King, Sean Keen. And I can still watch Bill Cosby shows, asshole. I don't know where he comes off with mofo. I can't watch, it makes you look at, he's talking about, you can't watch his show and listen to his albums with his inexcusable criminal behavior. Says you. Says who? Go and look at, I'm going to tell everybody this. I'm going to give you some homework. Go on the biography channel and look up Eddie Murphy's bio on the biography channel. It's a 42-minute documentary on Eddie Murphy. And they talk candidly about Bill Cosby in a segment of the bio. Eddie Murphy and Dick Ebersol. Dick Ebersol was the executive producer of Saturday Night Live. This is another beast, George Carlin. And as the king, Richard Pryor. And Richard Pryor criticized Eddie Murphy. See, a lot of people think Bill was the only one shitting on Eddie Murphy, and he wasn't. And what he really was trying to do was trying to tell Eddie about being careful about bragging about how much money he would have and being pigeonholed with his comedy, because they would actually, like they did Red Fox, they would blackball you. Red Fox should have been a wealthy man. He should have died wealthy. Now, he had lavish spending and stuff, but I mean, he didn't become popular until he was 50. But if you go and look at when he did Seven and Son, he was 50 years old or 49, but he was an old man. But he had already been established, wasn't an old man, but he had already been established in the clubs by that time. But Dick Ebersol even talked about how Bill called him because he wanted to talk to Eddie and talk to Eddie privately about being careful with his language and so forth. And Eddie, if you go watch that clip, if you go watch that documentary, Eddie even says that at the time, because he was young and hot, he didn't think of it that way because he was the brash young comic. So he realized and understood that, and he said this later, that all Dr. Cosby was trying to do was look out for him, which is what he was doing. That's all he was doing. So that's why I am promoting this book that's why I'm doing this. One who cares is dancing. Okay, babe, go ahead and dance. I'm not playing any music right now, but let's go ahead. But that's that's how I want to start now. Let's go on and talk about our first topic, ladies and gentlemen. And Judge Pinky Carr, that's her real name, blames misconduct on menopause and sleep apnea. Now, those of you who, I don't know if you watched the show Court Cam or anything like that, I can't play it because I don't want to get a copyright strike, but she was featured on there. But this is a judge. Her name is Pinky Carr.
Today,
now,
Cleveland.
Pinky Carr, hold on. This is Judge Pinky Carr. Now, during the pandemic, most of you all probably know everything was shut down, as well know. However, even with the governor's ordinances that were established out for all states about everyone being ordered to stay home, stay businesses closed, no one can go out unless it's for emergency only. This judge decided to still hold court and was issuing bench warrants to those who did is my mic really that bad? Hold on. All right, hold on. Let me do something. I'm gonna change the audio. I'm gonna switch to the Scarlet. All right. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. Check check. Is that better? Can y'all hear me better? If I move the mic stand a little closer, is this good? How is this though? Because I switched to I want to make sure this is right. I switched to this microphone. Check, check. 1 2. I start beatboxing. My name is Gavin. Let me do Dougie Fresh. Biz. I ain't doing Biz Marquis. That's Dougie Fresh. Dougie Fresh, a Scientologist. He going with Tom Cruise. All right, let's stop. So let's go. So what I was saying on Judge Pinky Carr, all right. So she's had issued, it's been reported, according to this, she had over 100 misconduct counts on her. And what she was doing was, even during the pandemic, she was still holding court. Okay, she was actually still holding court, issuing bench warrants for defendants if they did not appear in court on that date. It didn't matter about the pandemic. She was like, I don't care. I'm holding court. That's what she said. Now, yeah, Prince Marquis. Stick 'em, ha, stick 'em, stick 'em, ha, stick 'em, stick 'em, ha, stick. Boom. All right. So I'm gonna play this, and we got fair use. Fair use. This is being used for news. This is being used for news and commentary only. Thank you, Brother Darius. All right. So let me go back. Let's look at Pinky. Those look like little actual germs on a cup. Pink and green.
Today, a Cleveland judge went before the Ohio Supreme Court. Judge Pinky Carr is accused of dozens of incidents of misconduct over the past 2 years, including holding hearings after the pandemic forced the courthouse to close. And today, her attorney offered an explanation about why, and in part blamed menopause. Our State House reporter Morgan Trow explains how the state Supreme Court justices reacted.
Defendant was due in court at 8.
She blamed this on hot flashes. You ask where she from? Superstar Bella, she from Cleveland, y'all. as she from Steve Harvey City. What? She what? Your ass. See, I remember I remember when I was in front of Judge Pinkett's car. I stole a Tootsie Pop right out of Walgreens. I stole it right out of Walgreens, and I only had one damn shoe. I had only one dime and one damn shoe. In my ass, I saw that Tootsie Pop, and I just said, Steve Harvey, you're going to have to just take this put Tootsie Pop right out here, because your ass is hungry. Your ass need a sweet, satisfy that damn sweet tooth, because God had given you that sweet tooth. Because God gave you that sweet tooth. But Steve Harvey had nothing, so Steve Harvey then got that damn Tootsie Pop, and bam, 5-0 was on me. And, I'm from Cleveland, y'all, so this was in Cleveland. Judge Pinkett Carr, she was a judge. She was the only damn judge I knew that was about 18 years old. She was a young judge, but I asked her to have mercy on me. She had to have mercy on me. Literally, have mercy. Not mercy, have mercy. I want to have mercy. And I wanted another damn chance. And she saw me have a chance. That was in 1974. It was either between the Tootsie Pop or by my first Earth, Wind & Fire album. And I chose that Tootsie Pop. And I had a little have mercy. Thank you, Judge Carr. So we're going to go ahead and let's play more of this right now.
30.
A Northeast Ohio judge and her legal counsel got another chance to defend her from allegations of misconduct in the state's highest court on Tuesday morning. Cleveland Municipal Court Judge Pinky Susan Carr is accused of more than 100 serious incidents from 2018 to 2020, most notably issuing arrest warrants for defendants who didn't appear for court during the government-issued stay-at-home order in the pandemic.
He failed to appear.
She also allegedly jailed defendants without suitable reason, including when a defendant rolled their eyes.
There is no question that the conduct engaged in by Judge Pinky Carr was egregious.
It may seem Attorney Nicholas Froning is arguing on behalf of the disciplinary council in its case against Carr, but you would be wrong. He says she's admitted to many of her wrongdoing, so the argument is no longer did she commit the allegations, but rather why did she do it? The main reason for the judge's misbehavior is one that made the Supreme Court justices skeptical.
How does sleep apnea or menopause contribute to lying?
Well, it affects her mood. It affects her ability to think clearly.
Froning believes the disciplinary council didn't review Carr's mental health issues fairly, and he wants the Supreme Court to have the council reevaluate. The council's attorney, Joseph Caligari, says that they did review it. He says he is sticking with his recommendation of a 2-year suspension for the judge.
2 years would be a sufficient sanction that would not only recognize her misconduct, but also just deter other members of our judiciary from engaging in a similar type of misconduct.
Froning says he understands that Carr needs to be reprimanded, but he's asking for a lesser consequence.
Suspend her for 24 months with 18 months stayed.
The court will now be evaluating the oral arguments to see where the case goes from here. At the Supreme Court, Morgan Trout, News 5.
I just want to thank Morgan Trout. I just want to thank Morgan Trout for that report on Miss Pinky Carr. Pinky Susan Carr. I ain't never forgot what you done did. Steve Harvey ain't forgot what you done did. Me, Said, and Levita and Regina, we grateful. We just so goddamn grateful, because without you giving me that chance, I would have never been able to be on that Steve Harvey morning show and to host the Apollo more than anybody for 5 goddamn years. I'll never forget that. I ain't never forget that, y'all. So she gonna be blessed. God have blessed me. I think we should bless her back with some forgiveness. Said, go get me some coffee. But in all seriousness, that cinnamon bun remind me of the first cinnamon bun I had. Steve Harvey was 6 years old. We didn't have enough money. We didn't have enough money to put cheese on a Whopper. So y'all know what we done did. We had to go to the store. We had to go to the goddamn store with one shoe. One shoe. Back in Cleveland, y'all, we had one shoe a piece, literally. I'm walking, not one pair, one shoe. I had to walk left. I had to walk left and hop on every shoe. So I was skating, I was walking and hopping right up to Walgreens with one damn shoe. And got me a cinnamon bun because my mama gave me 60 cents. She gave me 60 cents, y'all. A cinnamon bun was about 58 cents. So then I just had 2 pennies. And I couldn't get enough. I didn't have enough to even buy a Coke with it or milk. So I had to dream of that milk. I had to imagine milk in my cup. But it was nothing but water. But God has blessed me now. But God been blessed. Yeah. Your ass. See, he didn't bless me, but your ass ain't blessed. Your ass. Let me stop. All right, I'm doing too much. But what do y'all think of Judge Pinky Carr? Do you think her hot flashes were excuse? And that menopause, I remember when I had menopause too. I remember I was 5 years old. I was 5 years old when I had my first flash. It was the first hot flash. I was walking right down the street. I was walking right down the damn street. And it just hit me. Whop. Like 50 cents a whop. Whop. That's just literally how it felt. That first hot flash. I'm sorry. All right, let me stop. I couldn't help it, y'all. But no, this is literally her name, Judge Pinky Carr. Judge Pinky.
Ability to think clearly.
My whole thing with her, it's PINKEYCARR. This is, I guess I could play this because this is public, but this is what I'm talking about. This is what she had to say 2 years ago with the coronavirus when a judge called the lawyer who asked to reschedule the hearing. Listen to this. Y'all listen to this.
Oh, yeah. Nothing stopping me. My cases go on. Oh, yeah.
So,
does that apply to jails only?
No. Anyone?
She ordered, the court's top judge issued an administrative order instructing judges to only hold hearings for defendants in jail amid the coronavirus pandemic. So only if you were held in jail, which would make sense because if you have a case that's pending and you've been sitting in jail for 5-6 months or something like that, there may be obviously time delay issues. There's also what we call 701 issues because you have a right to a speedy and fair trial. All of that stuff is going on. And she held her hearings outside of that order. Now, this is how she talked about a lawyer.
Does that apply to jails only?
No. Anyone that shows up. Not everybody watches the news. I actually had people yesterday. I had people today. Yeah, I'm not going to do that to people. Yeah, some people have taken off from work. I'm not doing that to them. I will be here.
Judge, can I ask this? If we are able to get a hold of any of our clients for scheduling tomorrow who are not in jail, can we tell them to continue to get?
No. Mm-mm.
So the court's administrative order regarding continuing.
I'm here. If people show up, I'm here. So no, don't call people and tell them not to show up. If they show up,
okay, so this just tells you her mindset. Who has all these damn cups? Is that a rubber ducky on their bench? How many bladders does this woman have? Diamond and Silk's long lost sister, absolutely. She put Dan Aykroyd's judge from Vulcavania in Nothing But Trouble to shame.
Yeah, don't do that. Hi, for the third time, I will be here if people show up. I am here. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. 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 I'm like, stop it. Not everybody watch the news. Wait, I'm gonna call him and tell him don't come. I'm sure he is. Look, idiot.
Should we call off our bail clients for Monday?
As I indicated to attorney Mark Jablowski yesterday, if people have taken off from work, I will be here. If people show up, I will be here. If you want to call your clients and tell them not to show up, that is on you. But as I indicated to him yesterday, he doesn't have to tell them not to show up. If the building is open, I will be here. I am more than willing to take care of them. But that's entirely on you.
Okay,
I will be here.
thank you.
No, thank you.
All right, this heifer got to go. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. She's not fit to be on the bench. She is not fit to be on the bench with this stuff. Just that, so she's had 100 complaints issued against her. Acting like this. Yeah, she's a cup. Obviously, to have that many cups on her, that tells me she's got some mental issues. She's drinking Coke, coffee, tea, a Powerade. Probably a sip of Dick Gregory, a bunch of stuff, a smoothie, all on one bench. Cows have 2 stomachs. She must have about 8 bladders. That is one thing. I don't want to stay too long on it, but we don't need judges. Let me be real. We don't need judges on the bench like that, because think of the decisions that she makes on a daily basis where she's affecting people's lives. And to actually do this during a pandemic, ignoring the order of the chief judge. You know, the judges have to listen to the judge who's the chief judge of that district. And if he issues an order, she issues an order saying no court, unless it's an emergency during the pandemic, then you don't need to have court. We ain't having court. Oh, I'm going to be here. I don't watch the news, okay? And to talk about another attorney in that fashion on pub, and she didn't care that she was being recorded. No, she's got to go. Forget that black-owned, support the sister, not this sister. And talking and grubbing, you from Cleveland, y'all. Talking and grubbing from Cleveland, y'all. I'm from Cleveland, he from Cleveland, y'all. It's not her hot flashes. She's just evil. He says, I live in Cleveland, y'all. And Pinky Carr is grimy to the coat. I wonder who is her. If she's married, I don't know if she's married, but her husband must have a difficult time with her. Right. The other judges didn't show up in their courtroom, so you're holding court issuing bench warrants, which means that if anybody else, if she issues a warrant, and let's say that person is out and about with their family shopping or walking, whatever, and the cops stop them and they identify themselves, they would take them to jail, which would expose them even further to the COVID-19 virus. I don't know what law school she went to, but I know she damn sure visited Walmart for them cups. That bitch was out the house, the Tupperware and houseware aisle. She's a frequent. She know the greeters know her name. Welcome to Walmart. Oh, hi, Judge Pinky. They know her. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. I can say this because I'm not gonna be practicing law in Cleveland, so I won't run into her. But hit that like, share, and subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. Please donate to the Cash App at the ticker at the bottom. We're going in on this Judge Pinky call. So the next thing I want to talk about, I guess we could talk about him personally. Because personally, y'all know the NBA playoff tonight. And so they got inside the NBA on TNT right now with Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to take it right in the paint, Chuck. We're going to take it right in the paint. And of course, it's hosted by the squarest, hippest white man on TV, Ernie Johnson here. And we're going to talk about how Shaq and Shaquille were talking about Kyrie Irving and his insult to the Boston Celtics crowd. So, Chuck, why don't you tell us what happened? Well, personally, Kyrie Irving, he only played half a season. So half a season, half a man. That's what I personally think. That's just terrible. They're going to lose. They lost to the Celtics, and that was probably the game of the year, the game of the playoffs, and they're going to lose the game. They're going to lose this. But let's talk about what happened. So me and Shaq, we just told it like it was. Like, Kyrie Irving, you got to man up. You can't complain about these racist Irish Boston Celtics fans calling you different things. You can't just complain about that. Yeah, you just got to man up. Because me, Kobe, even before us, Magic Johnson, Kareem, all others, they had to go through it right there in Boston. They had to deal with it. That's right, Shaq. So, yeah, so let's go ahead and play some clip. Let's just play what happened with Kyrie Irving. When Kyrie Irving was out in Boston, y'all, and Kyrie Irving flipped off the Boston Celtic fans. So let's just see what happened right here. Put that fair use describer up. I don't want to get a copyright strike, but y'all can see this video. Fair use. But y'all see right there, the fans were calling him something, and Kyrie Irving decided to scratch his head with his middle finger. So let's just see right here. See, this is terrible. Charles Barkley got to say, he got to use a comb and get some grease for that hair. That's a knocker head. That's some grease. He needs some Crown Royal for that. My grandmother would have done that years ago. She would say, you don't go out here with a knocker head. You're going to have to shave that, Kyrie. You're going to have to shave. You're going to have to shave it and be like Charles. Be smooth like Charles Barkley. Get your 4 points. Get your 10 rebounds and stuff. But get your 40 points and rebound. But you got to take care of your hair. That's just terrible. Terrible. And look at this. He hid the finger in it, Ernie. Well, Chuck, I don't think he can hide it in there if it's being shown by the crowd, apparently, from the reaction that they're giving. So Kyrie didn't care. Thank you. Yeah, well, that's just from listening to him, CH464. You just got to listen to him. You don't want to be like Street Clothes. With Street Clothes, you can't take over the game. You don't want to be like Anthony Davis. I was doing stand-up last night at the Silly Rabbit, and there was another comedian who did Charles Barkley. And if you go to my Instagram on GRich2786, let me put that in the chat. So this is my IG if y'all want to follow me there too. But we did a live where we were doing a battle of who did Charles Barkley better, and of course I won. I have every one of them down. I even got Ernie Johnson down to a T. Here with Sir Charles Barkley, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Hall of Famer to my right, Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, thank you very much, Ernie. I'm just present to be here because, of course, y'all don't have the full rings. I do. Can you dig it? Personally, that's just terrible. I didn't get a ring because I was going up against Michael Jordan. But they dissed Kyrie Irving. Y'all saw what happened. And, of course, Kyrie gave his reasons why he did what he did. Boston has notoriously, and I'll just say this, they have notoriously, and Kyrie Irving was actually fined $50,000 for that. for his response. But I mean, $50,000 to a man that makes $100 million a year for 3 years. That's basically $100. But this was Kyrie's explanation for why he did what he did.
It looked like there were a couple times where you gave the fans a finger. I'm curious, was there anything that you thought crossed the line today, and are you the kind of guy that you kind of use that internally as something to fire you up?
Look, I mean, I'm just where I'm from. I'm used to all these antics and people being close nearby. It's nothing new when I come into this building, what it's going to be like, but it's the same energy they have for me, and I'm gonna have the same energy for them. And it's not every fan. I don't want to attack every fan, every Boston fan, but when people start yelling all this stuff, it's but so much you can take as a competitor. And we're the ones expected to be docile and be humble and take a humble approach. That's the playoffs. This is what it is. I know what to expect in here, and it's the same energy I'm giving back to them. It is what it is. I'm not really focused on it. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? Like again, it's where I'm from. I've dealt with so much. So coming in here, you relish it as a competitor, and this, I'm gonna keep repeating myself when I say it again, but this isn't my first time at TD Garden. So what you guys saw and what you guys think is as entertainment, or the fans think is entertainment, all is fair in competition. So if somebody's gonna call me out of my name, I'm gonna look at them straight in the eye and see if they really about it. Most of the time, they're not.
Do you feel like the hostility that you get?
There's no hostility, bro. It's basketball.
When you were flicking some people off, I'd say there's some hostility.
From what? What point? Are you guessing that that's hostility, or like hostility for me is like growing up?
Well, we've never seen that from you this season, where you are running down the floor flicking people off.
This is the first time you actually caught it, because it's a big time game. I respond in different ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to focus on that. If you want to ask me questions about the fans, go ask them. Go on the street and ask them questions. Right?
But I'm asking from your perspective, from a basketball perspective, do you feel like the hostility that you get?
It's not hostility, bro.
Do you feel like the energy you get from fans in this building brings the best from you?
Embrace it. Embrace it. It's the dark side. Embrace it.
I know you said you wanted the Celtics fans to move forward. Do you feel as if that could ever happen?
Don't care at this point. Let's get to the series and talk about our possessions and how we can get better. Not gonna focus on the past with Boston. I'm on the Brooklyn Nets. Happy to be with my teammates and competing out there.
All right, right there, that's not half a man, Ernie. Kyrie Irving, you just don't know how to man up. So, Sir Charles Barkley here. Me and Shaq, we had to go in on little crybaby Kyrie Irving. We told him to man up. So without getting a copyright strike, let's see if we can play the video. Of course, there's gonna be fair use. It's gonna be fair use, like Devon Booker up in the paint. It's gonna be a fair use. It's gonna be fair, Ernie. It's gonna be fair. It's his right to do so. But let's look right here.
Two guys rotated and kind of one. KD kind of turned his head because he was guarding Tatum, and Tatum just made a smart cut to the basket. Great pass by Smart, lay it up.
Well, I think started on the defensive end. You were able to make the stop. On the defense. When you make the stop and made him take a tough shot, gave yourself a chance to win instead of having to go for.
Let me pause it because I'm gonna get a copyright strike. Hold on, let me lower copyright strike. Fair use. That's a heck of a game, Ernie.
14 the final. Kyrie. 39 points, 18 of those in the fourth quarter. Also was hearing from it, or hearing from the Boston Celtic fans, being a Celtic. In fact, gave him at one point, gave him the one-finger salute. Here were his post-game thoughts.
When people start yelling and you and all this stuff, it's but so much you can take. And, we're the ones expected to be docile and be humble and take a humble approach. That's the playoffs. All is fair in competition, So if somebody's gonna call me out of my name, I'm gonna look at them straight in the eye and see if they really about it. Most of the time, they're not.
What do you think, Shaq?
Well, if the great Bill Russell went through it, I want to go through it also. I don't really want to hear all that. And certain cities, they don't care what you said at the press conference. You know what's gonna happen in game 2? They're gonna be talking more smack up there in Boston. I played in Boston 2 years, but listen, it happens to the best of us. You don't think people said stuff to Charles Barkley, said stuff to Akeem Olajuwon?
Come on, man.
Come
Come on,
stop,
man.
Chuck got it from his home fans.
Hey, most of the fans are made. Some of them said some rude stuff. Please stop it, you athletes today, whining like
Bill Russell went through it earlier.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, these two, Shaq and I like Shaq, but Shaq been doing some. He's been tiptoeing a little. He's actually tipped over sometimes, and even I remember Javon McGee called him a coon. Now I like Shaq because Shaq is nice. Now y'all know how I feel about Charles because Charles just talks down on black people. He don't want the Iceman to come out. You know what I mean when I bring out the Iceman convict. Talking about people's wives and stuff, calling Georgia women bulldogs. No, the Bulldogs, they named after the state of Georgia, the Georgia University, their mascot, the Bulldogs. They named them after their women. Oh, I want to go through the great. Why would you want to go, Shaq? Why would you want to go through segregation? That's what Bill Russell went through. Bill Russell went through. You said, I want to go through it. Nigga, what? Do y'all remember Bill Russell? Who's watching the show on HBO Max, Winning Time, about the winning the dynasty of the Lakers in the 1980s? That 1979, 1980 season, go watch the episodes. I'm not going to tell you the latest, but if you go watch it, they're talking about, I think the next episode talks about the Boston Celtics and how bad it is to play up in Boston. But I done heard stories about Boston. I mean, Bill Russell would have, they even mentioned, I think there's talk of this, but how they actually would shit on real people these rednecks would break into Bill Russell's house and actually shit on his bed. And this is after bringing that city at this point this was in the mid 60s. Bill Russell had already brought that team about five or six NBA championships at that point. He won 11. He wasn't even allowed to eat and sleep in the same hotel rooms as his counterparts, as his players. So, Shaq, what the hell are you talking about? What the fuck, Shaq? Yeah, that's the stuff that happened. They did that to Joe Louis. Joe Louis was the heavyweight champion longer than any other title holder, even to this day. No one has ever broken his record of 12 years and 25 knockouts. No one's ever broken Joe Louis's record. It still stands over 70 years old from the time he retired. That first time he retired the belt. He won the belt once, but that's all he needed. And when Joe Louis retired, he was actually the first African American, first Black American to play in a PGA Tour. They would actually fill the birdie, the hole where you put the golf ball in with shit. No one has ever broken, no, not even Mayweather. In terms of being, at that time, DeAndre, you got to think about this. Joe, there was only one title, one belt. You were a world heavyweight champion. It was a universal belt. So when Joe Louis won, I remember that, yeah, when Barkley kissed that ugly-ass referee in the mouth. And Barkley's ass shouldn't, let me just say this, because Queen Amadaya talked about this. Barkley, let's not forget, spat on a little girl in a crowd. He got called out for shit. He was always throwing fights. He got DUIs. He threw mofos through a window. And let's not forget, him and Shaq got into it. And right here. Remember this fight. Hold on.
I think he's trying to get out and break now. But
y'all remember this? This is what I was talking about.
Oh, there's a swing by O'Neal.
That looked like they kept their cool. Hold on, go back. Look what Barkley did.
I wouldn't want Fisher necessarily to take
Barkley threw a ball at Shaq. Shaq misses.
There's a swing by O'Neal. And they got a brouhaha on the floor.
That looked like they manned up. Shaq Fallman, I'm gonna hit you. Boom. Take that ball. Boom.
Somebody swung. But we'll have to see who.
Yeah, I remember this. Boom. Shaq missed. I mean,
we lead off with the NBA, sort of basketball, I guess.
Percy Hawkins, what a difference a year makes. The pull-up three don't like each other. Barkley,
Bill Laimbeer. Fair use. Bill Laimbeer, that's what always getting, he was dirty with Detroit. Bill Laimbeer was a dirty player.
Pistons on a run. Isaiah finds Rodman, and the Sixers lead is 59-58. The Sixers stay tough. Percy Hawkins, what a difference a year makes. Each other all season long. Rodman with a push on the horn. Laimbeer follows with the ball, and then
Barkley throwing punches with Laimbeer. Can't even fight.
Laimbeer, who's had that mouse under his eye for most of the season, also had a cut. Both benches empty. It went on for 5 minutes. The fans also got.
I mean, Barkley, yeah, he's got a history. No, they got all history, Erna. They got all that history. We got all that history, Gavin. You know, Erna, personally, I just feel like Kyrie Irving, he should just man up. But yeah, whatever Bill Russell wanted, I want. If Bill Russell got it, I want it. Motherfucker, you didn't play with Bill Russell. You had the luxury of playing in LA. Remember when Magic and Kareem would go up to Boston, even in the 70s? And I'm pretty sure the word nigga was thrown out in that arena. Even in the 70s and 80s. Boston was not, I mean, it was so bad. I remember New Edition even talked about how they used to wear Lakers jerseys rather than Boston jerseys. They would, because they admired, you know, the brothers that played for the Lakers, not the white boys on the Boston Celtics, because how racist the city was. Shaq, I'm not surprised by Shaq. I'm damn sure not surprised by Barkley, but I mean, a lot of this shut up and dribble, you just got to take it. A lot of these athletes have that mentality. Now, I'm a professional myself, but remember, even when Russell Westbrook was playing a couple of years ago, and when he's walking into the tunnel and you got fans that was throwing popcorn, thank you, brother Black Voltron, throwing popcorn on top of his head, and he went and complained about it. You had the malice in the palace. I remember when the fan threw the Diet Coke on Ron Artest, and Artest got pissed and ran into the stand. You know, he was assaulted. But they always want the athletes, the Bucks, to be calm, no matter what. Do as Master says. Do what I say, don't do what I do. Barkley spitting on a little girl. But this is what you're talking about, Dick Vetta. This is the kiss you talking about. This is what Barkley did. Just Ugh. I don't even kiss my father on the mouth. Ugh. Gross. That motherfucker look like Tales from the Crypt. He kissing the Crypt Keeper. Ugh. Well, you don't understand that referee. He helped me a lot when I was point shaving on it. He helped me a lot. I just love him. Dick Pavetta. He helped me a lot. He was a great referee. He helped me get the foul. I got the foul, even on Michael Jordan. I don't care if that was Michael Jordan. That was a foul. Gross. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think about Kyrie Irving. Salute to Kyrie Irving for being a man. Yeah, don't take no shit. But I don't want to mess your game up either, brother. Now, I'll be real with you. Yeah, some stuff we let it flow like water off the back. But I'm pretty sure he's probably heard. No, he probably has heard that word. Remember when that guy threatened LeBron James' son, Bronny, and he had him removed from the bench? But Charles and Shaq should shut the hell up. Their luggage is not good luggage. Their luggage is not good luggage. Y'all remember this? But this is the type of stuff that goes on. Look at this.
Because he can go around with the ball, you call it what you want. What is LeBron looking for? Oh, you see,
That fucker here.
We got a fan that's got a little unruly, and LeBron is pointing it out to the officials.
Look, LeBron and Westbrook told him to get out.
Put them out. I don't know. Clearly, I wouldn't know what they said. They're on the other side of the court, but they're putting them out. What is LeBron looking for? Oh,
he said that fucker here.
What is LeBron looking for? Oh, somebody is. We got a fan that's got a little unruly, and LeBron is pointing it out to the officials. And what they're going to do is they're going to put them out. I don't know. Clearly, I wouldn't know what they said. They're on the other side of the court, but they're putting them out.
Well, Corey Holcomb has even said Chuck Barkley gonna ask him if he fucked a man because he wear a lot of wigs and dresses. Yeah, he does. But we're gonna go ahead, guys. We got our final topic. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button up. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to Gavin's channel, guys. Subscribe like this is Ernie and Shaq doing at a barbecue. Y'all got to come on in, get some burgers. We got ass burgers here. Dick Pavetta gonna be working right in the kitchen as well. He got that apron. Come in, honey. Come on, Dick Pavetta. Get my apron, Dick Pavetta. Have you seen it, honey? So the next topic, Shawnee State University professor wins lawsuit over pronoun use. Now, I want to apologize because when I read the article, the way it was, it said Ohio University, I thought. But the way it actually reads it, an Ohio University, meaning this happened out in Ohio at Shawnee State University. A professor wins a lawsuit over pronoun use. Now, of course, if you know, all across this country, I gotta mince my words. We are being indoctrinated. Different, I told you all last week about the pronouns in different states, like the pronouns in Washington, D.C., that ruling that they have there, pronouns in, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, how they're changing the codes, like from mailman, postman, those don't exist anymore. You say postal person. You don't say manhole. You say, I don't even know what it is, but it's not manhole. It's not womanhole. It's genderless. in Washington, D.C., so they don't call it. Manhole became maintenance hole. This is just some of the stuff. Now, this is in a California city, so let me just share this with you all. But this is coming from USA Today. Now, look at this. They have, and this is out in Berkeley. Now, I'm just looking at this, and I didn't notice this until now, but it says New York City birth certificates now feature a third gender option, X. So, sorority and fraternity is now called collegiate Greek system residence. If you use gendered pronouns like he and she, that's replaced with specific titles like the attorney or the candidate. So manpower is no longer, it's not called manpower, it's human effort. It's called workforce. Either human effort or workforce. Manhole is maintenance hole. Now, City Council member Rigel Robinson, who proposed the measure, praised its passage in a tweet Tuesday, saying, "There is power in language. This is a small move, but it matters." You see how stupid these people are, and it cost them $600 to change it. This is how stupid these people are. That's why I'm not living in California. I'm sorry to all of my California family, but that's one reason why I would never live in that state. Because all of the stuff, they got all the stuff going on right now. The homeless population in Los Angeles is at an all-time high. You got the cost of living skyrocketing up there, that to the point where it's cheaper to go on vacation than to live. There are people that are fleeing California right now. Your governor who got reelected, although he was running against the coon, is not good. There's no way I could support this. This is about the dumbest shit this is stupid. Yes, absolutely, but like Voltron, it's a choice to go along with it, and they're choosing to go along with it full hand. Now, let's go to the topic, though. This professor, though, there's pushback. This professor won a lawsuit of about $400,000 against the University of Shawnee State, Shawnee University out in Portsmouth, Ohio. And he was punished back in 2018 because he refused to address a transgender student with the student's preferred gender pronouns. The university said it was Mayweather's job to use such language and therefore not First Amendment protected speech. Mayweather pushed back, arguing that officials at the university violated his rights when they compelled him to go against his Christian beliefs. Now, this was obviously the United States Court of Appeals. I'm trying to see. It was a 3-year fight. The United States Court of Appeals for the Sixth Circuit reported ruled in 2021 that Mayweather's rights had been violated. So what obviously happened, from what I'm looking at, if it was appealed, what happened is that he filed this lawsuit. The Alliance Defending Freedom, which is they're a religious-based organization with attorneys. They filed lawsuits and injunctions on behalf of their clients, especially when it comes to LGBTQ or anything defending their Christian beliefs. They file lawsuits for them. And I'm trying to see if I could find the university, the release from the university, or actually what's the procedural history, meaning what did the trial court find, because somebody appealed it, obviously, and I'm wondering if it was Mayweather who appealed it or not. But according to here, the ADF released a press release. I'm gonna play the video for you all in a minute. But let me do this before I show you the press release. Let's go ahead. Let me click out of here and let me share the press release. Then we're going to come back to the video from it. No, I think we're in the end of times. Yeah, California is Californication, Tyree. No, sorry. Now, this is a white man, though, Black Voltron, because white people, there are some white people frustrated with this stuff, too. They're tired of this. According to an ADF release on April 14, 2022, the university agreed to a settlement that includes monetary compensation and an agreement that Meriwether will never be mandated to comply with pronoun rules again. This case forced us to defend what used to be a common belief that nobody should be forced to contradict their core beliefs just to keep their job. This is coming from the senior counsel of the ADF, Travis Barman, as he's quoted in his release. He says, Dr. Meriwether went out of his way to accommodate his students and treat them all with dignity and respect, yet his university punished him because he wouldn't endorse an ideology that he believes is false. We're pleased to see the university recognizes that the First Amendment guarantees Dr. Meriwether and every other American the right to speak and act in a manner consistent with one's faith and convictions. It goes further and says public universities should welcome intellectual and ideological diversity, where all students and professors can engage in meaningful discussions without compromising their core beliefs. Dr. Meriwether rightfully defended his freedom to speak and stay silent and not conform to university's demands for uniformity of thought. We commend the university for ultimately agreeing to do the right thing in keeping with its reason for existence as a marketplace of ideas. So there was a settlement reached that obviously got appealed, and I guess it wasn't going good for the defense, so they just decided we're going to just settle this case and pay you out $400,000 and cover your attorney's fees. So that's just good. Nobody, and especially when you're at college, when you're in college, and I know some of you all who have been to college, you know that is a place where everybody is liberated. You're a young adult. You're a young adult at that time, and ideas flow in college. That's the purpose of it. People go to college to find themselves, find a bride, find a spouse, whatever, but you essentially some people obviously want to find a job, but part of working in that department, working at a school, especially if you're talking about ideologies and stuff, if you're a philosophy professor, then you would all talk about stuff like this. You would think. They encourage you to debate. That's the purpose of it. Because you have people from all diverse walks of life at a college and university. So if everybody's not going to agree with everything you say, some people will agree with everything you say, but that's the beauty of it. Hold dialogue. That's what First Amendment is about. If everybody thought the same way, then we'd be in trouble. That's what George Patton said, the great general George Patton. If everybody's thinking the same way, something is wrong. But let's look at the video now. I want to put fair use again. And of course, I don't like Fox News, but
exactly.
Let's play the video.
Well, you basically.
What the hell is this? Hold on. Why is it doing this? Sorry. I know it's Foxy News, guys, but I want to hear what he has to say. Fair use. Fair use.
Well, you basically have it. You're exactly right. The student approached me after class and said that he wanted to be referred to as a female. And I tried to find an accommodation with the student. I was willing to use his proper name, female proper name. And initially, the administration was willing to go along with that, but then the administration changed course and demanded that I defer to the ideology, that I refer to the student as a female, and I simply could not do that. I thought it was an egregious assault on my freedom of speech and my religious beliefs.
And tell me why.
Well, I believe that God created.
Forget even being an assault on your religious beliefs. It's an assault on your common sense. It's an assault on common sense.
Men and women, male and female, but also the idea that my speech could be coerced, could be compelled by the administration. That this was the college classroom is to be a place of debate and discussion and freewheeling ideas. The university has no place in telling professors how they are to think. To the students. It was a coercion of my freedom of speech.
You have to understand the university put further corrective action would be taken if this ever class. How come?
Well, basically what could have happened is that I would have been fired if that incident had occurred again, and if I again refused to use preferred pronouns or non-biological pronouns, then I could have been fired. So that was why I filed the lawsuit.
Yeah.
So yeah. Kudos to Dr. Miller. Kudos to the professor. He's 1,000% right. You heard what he said, that college used to be about debates and dialogue. The First Amendment flows. It's not just the freedom of religion, it's your freedom of speech. Dr. Meriwether. He was 1,000% right, guys. This generation of kids that's growing up, they're soft. But that's because we allow that. There's a small minority of people that are controlling this country, controlling this earth, trying to tell us what we can say, what we can do, what we can eat, what we can wear. You know, pop culture, and that's why you got to be very careful about what your children watch, because pop culture, you know, determines what we watch. That determines how we behave. People are easily influenced by what's trending. Remember a couple of years ago, not long ago, when you had the alcohol challenge, where people were actually lighting themselves on fire with rubbing alcohol. Remember last year we had the milk crate challenge, people walking on milk crates to see if they would fall or not. The ice bucket challenge. Let's do pour ice over my head, see if we can raise money for ALS. Hold your ground, ladies and gentlemen. Hold your ground. Stand firm. Y'all can't take this shit no more. We ain't taking it no more. Dr. Meriwether was, yeah, I mean, what, you know, you're banning all of this stuff that's coming. It just makes no sense to the average man and woman, especially the average black man and woman who is on here. This is just something we just don't. Yeah, it makes no sense. The Darwin War challenges. This is terrible. This is what Kyrie Irving and Shaquille O'Neal. This is who they should tell man up. Tell Shawnee State University to man up. Tell the United States to man up. Biden to man up. You making this your number one priority. Oh, absolutely. And without getting a strike, I don't want them to say this is hate speech, but I'm more upset at the fact it's not about the necessarily just the group or what the agenda they're pushing. It's the fact that you're pushing it to begin with. You're trying to indoctrinate people. And these people are insane. Look how mad they got at Tony Dungy for attending a father bill plan that Ron DeSantis signed into law just earlier this month. It's the Democrats that's pushing this stuff, man. That's why, look, I'm going to say this, and, some people may not like it. That's why black people got to be very careful. If we, I'm cautious about I'm really thinking about not voting. If I vote, it's going to be an empty ballot. I'm going to cast an empty ballot because it's a vote of no confidence. I ain't happy with none of y'all. If you're going to vote at least. If you want to vote on if there's a millage that's going to be passed or something that's going to be added into a constitution, a law, that's one thing. But if you asking me to vote for a politician or something like that, hell no. Hell no. I'm going to cast an empty ballot. I'm seriously thinking I'm Democrat, but I'm voting independent now. I wouldn't mind putting a Republican in just to shit on the Dems if it came to it. Because I done had it with this bullshit. I'm not talking about rainbow colors. I'm just talking gender, period. Just so I won't get a hate strike. I'm not hating on nobody. But look, we're going to get out of here. I've been here for a while, y'all. But hit that like, share, and subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be hot and heavy. Thursday, I'm going to do a show. I'm actually going to have a show for you all Thursday, pre-recorded. Sean James is coming back in, but it will be pre-recorded. So y'all don't want to miss that. Please donate to the Cash App at the bottom. Gavin Richard, Esquire, GooglePay, PayPal, and Zelle. If you like this channel, YouTube has demonetized our chat. We are demonetized at the moment based off the content of our channel. But I'd appreciate any donations, any monies that you would give to us would be greatly appreciated. Tell your friends about me so we can get more subscribers to the YouTube channel whenever we go live. They have that shadow ban on us, but every Tuesday, every Sunday, every Thursday at 8. Thursdays at 8, especially we know the time that we're here. But yeah, thank you, Black Voltron. Shout out to him, Danielle Meyer, CH464. It's good to see you back, brother. Good to see some people here. Also, go to the Patreon. We have some exclusive content. I uploaded one of my stand-up comedy, one of my stand-up sets when I was out at the Silly Rabbit. That's the new Black-owned comedy club in Baton Rouge. Y'all ought to go. If you're in the Louisiana area, check their open mic out on Mondays. Go to their websites as well. If you want to support that channel, support that club. It's not a channel, excuse me. I'm looking at DeAndre's post. Oh, I already commented on that. That asshole who said that. I commented on it. Tariq talked about this too, but I'll say this. Never forget, guys, Black people created practically every musical genre in the United States in music today. That is not just hip hop and R&B. Even country music. It was created by Black people. Some of the most successful, Ray Charles, who we all know as the man in his soul. One of the greatest soul artists to ever live. We know that he was actually his best album was a country album. Charlie Pride, Darius Rucker from Hootie and the Blowfish. There's a bunch of others. You got even up and coming country artists, Black country artists, Mickey Gutton. Even Aaron Neville has done some country. Mickey Gutton is cute, by the way. Got Rihanna Giddens. Rhiannon Giddens, excuse me. I thought it was Rhiannon. Rhiannon Giddens. But yeah, this jackass Patrick Howley,
etc. But I mean, it's fucking wreck. There was a chick
said some
who was
racist shit.
co-hosting it, and they said that she tested positive for the Rona. So let's take a look. Last night,
I know all of you were
I don't know who this black guy is who's hosting it. It's supposed to be country music. No offense. I mean, y'all have hip hop.
Yeah, you meant offense.
You know what I mean? It's like
He doesn't know who Anthony. He doesn't know the Black Falcon.
not against you, but you're up here being like the melanated people invented country music.
at the CMT.
We was making country music in Wakanda before Johnny Cash and Merle Haggard done stole the black man's country music. It's like, all right, bro. It's so angry. There were so many black people there, sorry to say, but like so many black celebrities who have nothing to do with country music. And it's like, why? No disrespect to the funky brothers of music. I love Earth, Wind, and Fire, Run DMC, etc. But I mean, like, country music's different. Country music's different. It's not Wakanda.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, country music's different because it came from the blues. And guess who created that? I hope if he's got children, if he's got a daughter, I hope she marries a black man and they have a Laker. All right, that's it for tonight. Yeah. Yeah, he'll have a Laker as a grandson. Motherfucker, you. Anthony Mackie is his name. And Anthony Mackie has just bought some property out in New Orleans East area. He's going to build a film studio. Now, I'll believe it when I see it because that also means this area may not be black owned for long, guys. I'm trying to buy some land myself. I want it black owned. We got to buy up the block. I always say that. I made Black Voltron cry with that one, huh? Right. Even rock and roll, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, James Brown. I mean, Freddie Mercury got started out as a Little Richard impersonator. Elton John toured with a black blues band playing piano before he got started. Black people taught all of these people. The Bee Gees even said their artists, the guys they grew up with, how they learned how to hit the high notes and stuff, they would listen to the Philadelphia sound, the stylistics, the Delphonics, you know. La 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 means I love you. Oh, baby, please now. How about the Stylistics? Russell Tompkins Jr. I actually met him, the lead singer for the Stylistics. Big folks smoking in their easy chair. Want a fat cigar without a care. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. But that's what makes the world go round. The ups and downs of carousel. Boom, 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 boom. Changing people set around. Go underground, young man. People make the world go round. Yes, they do. People make the world go round. Yes, they do. People make the world go round. Yes, they do. People make the world go round. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Yes. The Beatles learned from a black man. You know, the Beatles, the first thing, when they came to New Orleans, you know, the first thing they asked was, where's Fats? They wanted to see Fats Domino. Yeah. But anyway, Patrick Woolley, Holy, whatever the fuck your name is, you are a racist piece of shit. And once again, I hope you have I hope your daughter marries a successful black man and they have a bunch of Lakers and have their own NBA team. That way you'll hear nothing but hip hop and bebop and all that type of music you don't love. And we will actually your grandkids will force you to watch Black Panther and even Black Panther 2, even though it's going to be some LGBT stuff in it. But nevertheless, I hope that if you have and enjoy a great time and great life with your black grandkids. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. This is another edition of Gavin Shaw Presents here on Channel Gboot2786. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you are blessed and doing safe, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you in the next one. Yeah, I'll have a lot to say about the Mackies in a minute, but Calvin and Anthony, we'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, there would be no American music without foundational Black Americans. Absolutely. So let's get on out of here, guys. Of course, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Go to @CommonwealthCos. That's our book. Go to for our more updates on the book, The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr., The Destruction of Due Process in the United States. NarnisCreoleBlends.com. Try it on chicken, meat, or fish. Narnis goes great with every dish. Go to Video Soul. Get that on Amazon and iTunes, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, our theme song, Got to Get On Up, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get up and bounce right out of here. Yeah, show me some love for FBA New Black Media Month, ladies and gentlemen. If you can, go to G-Rich, Gavin Richard Esquire. That's the Cash App, ladies and gentlemen. I'll buy some seasoning either way. But let's go on and get out of here and get on up. I'll see y'all Thursday pre-recorded. I'll holla. Peace.
Girl, come on.
Bite this, Patrick Woolley.
Because on the dance floor is where we'll live. Show me what you got. Gotta feel the groove. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the. Right now the party's wasted. There's nothing much to do. But once the groove gets started, tell me, what do you have to lose? Just look into my eyes, girl, as we glide across the room. And what to my surprise now, the beat takes hold of you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really grooving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up. Tell the DJ play the whispers. Rock steady in the mood. Put on earth, wind, and fire. Tonight we're gonna groove. Show me how you do the four corners. Electric slide or two. Hit the bus stop or do the bunny hop, baby. It's really up to you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really grooving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up. Now 2020 hasn't been the best year of all times. We've been dealing with death, a pandemic, racism, bad policing, and all the bad rhymes. But like Uncle Snoop once said, if you breathe then you're achieving. So if you're ready, I need you all to get on up. Are you ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Get your butt on the dance floor. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. This jam we appreciate. We're gonna slide and step on the beat. On the dance floor is where we'll be. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, start to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the floor, baby. Yeah, gotta get on up. Come on, baby, gotta get on up, baby. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up.
All right, Dick Bavetta. Let's go out. Let's come on. Let's go to bed, Dick. Good night, y'all. Gavin, when I see your ass, I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna have to kick it because you've been dissing me too much. I'm gonna go make me a sandwich. I'm gonna have a sugar sandwich, man. Give me a sugar sandwich, Dick.